Hey, what's going on? I'm Blockabilly. In this video, I'm going to be getting into this set, Deep Reef Refuge from 1997. It's set number 6441. It's a Lego town set of the sub-theme Divers. Now at certain parts of my video I can get a little long-winded, so look down in the description and you'll see I put timestamps with the different chapters, and you can skip ahead to different parts if there's anything you're not into. I made a short video asking my viewers which mystery bag I should get into next. Wanted me to get into the Divers bag. So I'm going to open this up and tell you all about it, show you what I got. Alright, well I'm going to sort through this a little bit and tell you about what I have here. So you might be wondering why I have a mystery bag that I don't know anything about. And that's because I bought a big tub of Lego from a lady, and she didn't exactly know what she had, and it wasn't entirely complete either. So I bought one tub that had a couple sets in it that I knew I wanted. It wasn't this. And then when I went to go pick it up, I saw that she actually had two more for a total of 3 big tubs of Lego. And I was really interested, but didn't want to really drop the money on buying all 3 tubs. So we made an arrangement, because she needed help selling it, that I would take all of it on consignment, minus the 1 tub I bought, but I'd take the 2 tubs on consignment. And I'd sort through it and find out what we had. I'd be able to make these videos, and then I'd help her sell them. So I thought that was a really great way to do it and have some fun. It didn't take me long to figure out that this was Divers. Although, you know, I was a kid in the 90s. I never had any of these Diver sets. But it didn't take long, just from looking at the minifigures and doing a little looking around on Bricklink. Didn't take long to figure out it was Divers, but it was kind of hard to figure out exactly which Diver set it was. So some of the things I looked at were the little undersea animals that came with this. That helped. And then having the mountain piece, and what else? There were some other unique pieces. The stickers. At first, when I saw these stickers, I thought, oh, no way is that Lego. So I almost thought that was just like some aftermarket garbage that got put in here. But no, in fact, these are actually part of it. They're actually Lego stickers. And some of the stickers aren't even used yet. Wow. So, and a lot of this is yellow pieces, but then there's a lot of these unique white pieces. There's this really nice looking Lego net, and there's some great printed pieces. So that's like a sea snake or eel, and then there are these pieces here. And I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail later on all the unique pieces that came in this. So Divers is a part of the main Lego town, but the sub-theme is Divers, and it came out in 1997, that sub-theme, and they basically, all the sets in the theme came out in 97, except one came out in 1998. There's a total of 12 sets. This one is called Deep Reef Refuge. It has, or should have at least, I hope, 416 parts, thereabout. And then 5 minifigures, so quite a few minifigures in this set. And used, if it's complete, it could go for around $112. And new, I'm sure with the box and instructions and everything, it could go for as much as $300. But you don't really see a lot of them available, so totally new like that. So it would be, I don't know, I guess that's where the value comes from. So I'm sure this isn't all the parts. It's kind of a lot of the main parts, the ones that are really obvious. But I am going to have to sort through the other bags and other tubs of Lego I got from the lady and find all the missing pieces. Here's a little progress check-in. I found that I've got all the minifigures and they're all complete with, you know, the correct parts, correct head, flipper, all that good stuff. And all the minifigure utensils, like really neat stuff, like the little camera. And they have the harpoons. There's a couple chrome knives. The little underwater movement assist things. I'm not sure what you call those. And then I have all the animals. This set is really neat because it comes with a lot of underwater animals. There's 2 stingrays. There's a white shark. There's like a sawtooth light gray shark. There's a light gray dolphin and an octopus. Now, I found that over here I've got extra underwater animals and an extra bubble over there. So it seems that I probably have at least one other set, because I've got one extra minifigure and some other diving equipment, flippers, and the mask. So I probably have at least one more set here, but we'll see. I'm gonna keep going. I found the base plates in one of the big tubs. A lot of those base plates in this collection have this stick-on Velcro on the bottom, I guess, so not scratch up a table or something, but I'm gonna have to get those off of there. The collection was somewhat organized, like there were bags like labeled fences and ladders and stuff, so you know there's a lot of fence elements in here. So I found these light gray bars in there. There's, you know, bags with windshields and any kind of translucent pieces, where I found the bubble windshields. There's a big bag of plants, and I've already gotten into it really for some other sets, but I found most of what I need here. It seems like maybe I'm missing one of these elements, but I did steal one of them already for a Star Wars set. The propellers are in this housing, but the orange propellers here aren't correct, so I'm going to have to pop those out, but I found the correct red ones. There's a bag that's full of like space type elements, and that's where I found 10 of these stands that go to this set. I had previously organized a lot of the other little tiny elements and translucent pieces, antennas. I'd already done that. I kind of showed that in another video, along with a lot of other stuff. Anything that's like a 1x, you know, clip element, stuff like that. Already sorted that stuff out a while ago, so I'll be able to find all that. Okay, here's all 416 parts. I do have everything now after I looked through all the parts bins that came with this set and the collection. Everything except one tile. I'm missing one of these special tiles. So I have the clamshell crab, and I have the eel, but I'm missing a seahorse. Now, I always like to go over unique parts. I like to do this, so if you ever find them, you're digging through your parts bins and you find them, maybe you'll remember where they go. And I think it's fun. So it turns out there aren't any parts that are solely unique to this set. But there are a number that are unique to divers alone. And then real quick though, the flippers, I talked about in another video. They first came out in '95 with the AquaZone series. But the scuba air tank and the scuba mask first came out in '97 with the divers. But they are in all kinds of other sets, so you know, not unique just to divers. So the pieces that are totally unique to divers include the fish stickers. These porthole panels are only in divers sets. In white they come in 2 different sets, and in yellow they come in 3 different sets, but only divers. This slope piece with the computer screen and the fish on it, this only comes in divers. The underwater scooters. So in yellow, they only are seen in divers, but if you see them in black, there's like 2 or 3 other sets that they might go to. So here's an odd one. This yellow dome corner panel, particularly with the 1/3 notch down, it's only going to be used in diver sets in yellow. And again, here's a white one, same thing. And you might think it's weird that this is only in divers, but let me show you the difference with another piece off of this Ice Planet set. I'll just pull this off real quick. So you see the difference? This has a full brick height, so this is a full 2 bricks high, and this panel is 3 bricks high, but actually minus 1/3, like plate thickness. Now back to these unique tiles. You see one's got the eel on there, and one's got the clamshell. And the play feature that uses these red and blue colors is what Lego calls an X-ray machine. So basically you'd be looking at this eel like it's a full outline of an eel, but then you use the X-ray machine blue panel, and it's hard to show here, but basically you would then just see the skeleton of the eel. And same, if you were to look inside the shell, you see the crab. Real quick, I just want to show you some other parts that first came out in 1997, and they're all still used to this day, I think most of them anyway, but they were first released with divers in 97. For instance, the Manta Ray Stingray. And here's one you might not really think of, but this tow ball with the clip on the end. The seaweed seagrass first came out in 97. I remember it most notably coming out with this Star Wars set later on. The dolphin. And I mentioned this before, but the scuba tank and the mask. The sawfish head. Of course, the body had been out for a long time, but this unique head first came out in 97. This half-sphere canopy windshield, first in 97. The diver's flag. The white shark. The camera first came out in 97, and how cool is that? What a cool feature to have. The spear gun. Now you may or may not know, but there's 2 versions of this. This is the early version. The later version has a little extra molded plastic on the end here, and then a more squared trigger guard. I just want to point out a really cool place that Lego used this spear gun later on is in 2000 on the UCS TIE Interceptor. They used the spear gun up here on the front. It's a really neat use of the part. Also, have you ever noticed shovels? Really cool. Lego was really creative at this time with their part usage. This 1x2 tile, first seen with the divers and then later on used in a few other sets. The X-ray tile too. I mention these because they're printed tiles, not stickers. Okay, that's enough of that. Now I'm going to get this thing built.
Well, here it is, all complete. I have to say, I've really enjoyed building this set. I think I like it a lot more now, having built it, than I did before, just like looking at the pictures of it. Um, because now that I've built it, I've seen some of the features and the little details that make this kind of a really fun set. Of course, it's really cool that it opens up like this, so you can get on the inside and play with it. You can open all these hatches, the bubble hatches and the top. Um, I've shown how the X-ray machine works, and that's really neat. It's just a really great idea of Lego to add that. And then this here, if it's not obvious, is a microscope. Um, what else? And I love how it has this bottom open water hatch for the minifigure to come up from like under the sea. The scuba guy can come up, and they can hang all their flippers and mask and air tank in here. So that is really neat. Of course, you've noticed that I have the boat back here. This is like the support vessel, and I think this is intended to be like a rope tether, just to keep the boat and the underwater lab connected, I guess. I don't think it's intended to be like an air hose or anything like that. You'll see that on the boat here, I put it on the clear bricks here to just kind of show it off and try to give some depth like it's in the water. But the boat was a really cool build. It's a really basic boat, um, but it's neat that it has the rope winch on there. I think that's pretty cool. And that net I mentioned before, it's just a really nice, well-made net. So you can haul up the different pieces that they find under the water, like the boat wheel, and there's the anchor, if you didn't see that. Um, what else? Then there's the chain they included. That's kind of neat. One thing I'm really curious about that I've noticed on a few of these late 90s sets is their use of the translucent neon green instead of like maybe just yellow, or translucent yellow. I find that really interesting because I guess I didn't notice when I was a kid. I think everything I had was almost just the translucent yellow. So it's just strange. Wouldn't it seem more appropriate to have the yellow on here instead of the neon green? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. The mini sub was a fun build, and it has the hatches on the sides, so all four of the hatches open up. Actually, I take that back. Actually, the front ones aren't intended to open, so just these back side ones open. And then there's the little maybe computer station back there. Plus, you could put treasure in there, I guess. I haven't put the stickers on because I am missing a couple stickers. I'm missing a couple of the fish, and I think I'm missing one of these. So I decided I wasn't going to put all these on. I don't know. I guess I probably should. Um, a lot of them go on, like the mini sub stickers go on the corners here and on the lab down here. And again, on the mini sub, it's also got these little storage compartments on the outside, and the bubble shield opens up. I'm going to talk about the minifigures in a minute. I just want to finish kind of talking about the whole build first, but there's some interesting things about these minifigures. Now, I've mentioned already that it comes with the 6 underwater creatures, and I think that is just so cool. This set really comes with a lot. And one thing that is really neat about this that I did not notice until I built it is that all the sea creatures come with some way of mounting them, like for instance on the seaweed, so that it looks like they're swimming. A lot of times with Lego display ads, they show things that you can't always do, or they're very displayed in a way that's really clever. But this, I think, is a really cool thing that they thought of, to add a hollow stud underneath so that you can mount it on the seaweed, or I guess there's other ways you can do it too. So I just think it's really neat, and I don't know, I never noticed before, but even the shark, it has a hollow stud. The dolphin. Now the Dolphin doesn't have a hollow stud, but rather than putting a solid stud in the middle, they just have the like ribs on the side. So it's just really clever, good thinking on the part of Lego. Really well designed. So of course there's the two stingray or manta ray, the white shark, dolphin, the sawfish shark, and the octopus. And in this case, the octopus does have the eyes on it. A lot of sets don't do that, but it has those neon green eyes. I've mentioned how it comes with a underwater scooter. There's actually two of them. There's two harpoons. One's up here in the boat, and it came with coins. So there's these 4 gold coins, and they haven't been taken off the spur yet. So I just can't bring myself to do it. So those are still on there. There's also the 2 chrome knives. So yeah, just really cool. This is just such a neat set. So many neat play features. So much going on. And there is a story behind the Lego divers. Now this is the kind of thing you would not know unless you had access to the Lego magazines. And this is a shop at home magazine. There's also the Lego Mania magazines. And especially the Mania magazine had a lot of information that you would otherwise not know at all. Especially, there's some information about the minifigures. But before I get to the minifigure, let me show you what it says about the Deep Reef Refuge in the Shop at Home catalog. Dive down to amazing depths. Take the support ship to the site and rig up the crane's Discovery net. Dock the laboratory on the ocean floor. It's equipped with an X-ray machine to study undersea organisms. Mayday! A great white shark, stingray, sawfish are surrounding the lab. But not for long. The submersible, equipped with grabber arms, can quickly chase them away. Also includes 4 divers, boat captain, dolphin, octopus, special underwater clues, and lots of diving gear. Ages 8 to 12, 433 pieces. Set number 6441, Deep Reef Refuge, and it was only $66. And $66 for this set in 1997, that sounds incredibly low, doesn't it? But you know, even adjusted for inflation to today's dollar, that would be $125.30. Even that, doesn't that seem like a good price for this? I don't know. There is a lot here. So I think this was a really good value set. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about are the minifigures. I was just really nerding out on these minifigures because, you know, a lot of people that are really into Lego, we will look things up on Bricklink. There's my other favorite site is Brick Economy, and you can find out all kinds of little details you might not know about things. But one thing you might notice if you look up this stuff about the divers on Bricklink or even Brick Economy, they don't list names for these minifigures. You know, some minifigures have names, some don't, but in the 90s it seemed like in the Lego Mania magazines, they tended to name all these minifigures and give them kind of special, unique, funny pun names. So for instance, this is Diver Dan. Sometimes they call him Diver Dan the Scuba Man. And Diver Dan is listed as DIV015. There are multiple references to Diver Dan because he is kind of the main character. So here's what it says. Diver Dan the Scuba Man has found 12 of Captain Redbeard's wrecked treasure ships. Dan can tame the most dangerous sea creatures. He skates on skates, surfs on stingrays, and cuts up wrecks with sawfish. The only critter he has problems with is the great white shark who took a bite out of Dan's favorite flipper. So there's Diver Dan and his story. Now what's interesting about this, when it says he's found 12 shipwrecks, there are 12 diver sets. But not all of them are like shipwrecks. I mean, the main big ones are, and there tends to be treasure. in a lot of them. Even the small one, has treasure, but there's a couple of them that really aren't. One of them was a Shell gas station set. And on Bricklink, you would see that there is one minifigure that has a female head. So you would know that there's at least one female out of the 27. And that set was the Shell gas station little mini, I forget what it is, a jet ski or something. But now I have actually found that there is another female character that just doesn't have an overt female face. And that is this minifigure here. And the only way you would know this minifigure's name is if you had the Lego catalog. So this minifigure is listed as DIV009, and it does say Control 2, like it's one of the diver control minifigures, and is also a minifigure that's like the scientist in the laboratory. But if you look in the Lego Mania Magazine, I found one instance where they do name this minifigure. So this is the May-June Lego Mania Magazine from 1997. And right here, they show this minifigure and they say, "Meet Scuba Sandy." It says, "Scuba Sandy, famous marine biologist, studies everything under the sea, from super sharp sawfish to diving dolphins. At night, aboard the Deep Reef Refuge, she likes to switch on a lanternfish, curl up like a seahorse, and read a book of whale tales." So I think that's really cool of Lego. They made the scientist, marine biologist, a female, which in the 90s was a really progressive thing to do. And I just thought I'd point that out because it's really neat, and you would not otherwise know unless you read these Lego Mania magazines. All right, well, there is 5 minifigures in this set. So let me show you the other ones here real quick. This is the other diver. Oops, his flipper fell off. Let me take the scooter off. Harpoon. Okay, now check out this head. Now I thought this head was really familiar, and it does look extremely similar to the Ice Planet 2002 minifigure's head, but it's slightly different. The hair is slightly different, and the eyes in the Ice Planet set don't have the little specks in the corner. Now this guy is listed as the Red Diver 2 minifigure DIV018. And again, in the magazine, I found one reference to a name. Right here in this picture, you can see this label that says Cora Reef. So is this another female character? Maybe. Okay, next we have the mini sub pilot. And this one is DIV023. Diver Control 1 is what Bricklink would say. Then again, in that Lego Mania magazine, it says RC Scooter. Is there a pun there I'm not totally getting? RC Scooter? I don't know. Leave a comment if you know what that means. And lastly, we have the minifigure that is the boat captain, or the one that's the crew member on the boat. And so they have a life jacket and the same torso as the other ones. And it is listed as Diver Control 1 DIV022. And in the Lego Mania magazine, there's a little tag that says Tug Topsider. So I guess this one's name is Tug. Well, there we go. That's going to about do it for this set. This has been a long video, and believe it or not, it has taken me a long time to make this video. I've been working on this for weeks and weeks, just trying to get all the little details together. So please take the time to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button. I really had a lot of fun with this one, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, also leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.